Hi, welcome to the 20th World Cameroonian Arts Award on set. With me today, there's nominees for costume design, styling, makeup in a musical theater. There's Nicole, Kikin, Akma, and Akem. Everyone, what are the themes in the story of your production and what was the role of costume design and styling?
I think costume design and styling enhances the audience experience to bring them on the journey of whatever show it is they're watching. So it's important because it lends to the journey and the storytelling of the piece.
That's very important, right? Because we're going to set a mood as well, right? For example, Kikin Yor was supposed to be a futuristic one. So does that take a lot of center stage in designing the...
Yeah, 我自己会看，就会觉得是设计的部分会比较喜欢那一 part， 因为感觉可以让自己天马行空去设计。然后就除此之外，就也算是就我喜欢那一 part 了。
What are the themes in the story of your production, and what was the role of costume design and styling?
Costume design merupakan satu peranan yang sangat penting di dalam satu-satu teater kerana dia merupakan analisis karakter di mana kita based on script. Sebelum kita design, kita mesti membuat penyelidikan terlebih dahulu sebelum kita menggambarkan karakter tersebut di dalam teater.
What about you, Akem?
Yeah, I believe that a costume department are very important in the production, and especially when we do a musical theater, right? Costume actually helps a lot to the characters, actors, the dancers, and the ensemble itself to carry the character on set.
Do you guys do extensive research when you have a certain time period or whatever that you do?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
it
course.
should be
done.
It
should be done.
We must do a research.
Cannot be.
Because the silhouette.
Yeah.
When we do the research, we know what silhouette at the time.
So at least it gives something more realistic to the audience when they watch it, right? It got to give good context in that way.
It works both ways, because some shows are time specific and some are not time specific.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to be smart in how to make it. If it's time specific, period specific, and all that, then you have to do research on those times and periods of styles of those times. And if it's not, then you need to make it as neutral as possible, so people don't place it at any specific time in history or whatever.
So for the working technical, did you have any unconventional approach or material in your process of creating?
I don't know what is conventional. So I don't know what's conventional or unconventional.
Yeah, maybe we just go to that. Why don't you think of what?
Because I did have Khoo is also the costume and wardrobe assistant and wardrobe mistress for the show. But
Let's say
couldn't make it.
unconventional, perhaps you use paper,
No, I didn't need to use paper. If I needed to use, I would have. But so we worked together, and because Yanyu is also is a wardrobe mistress, and she has taken, she has a degree in wardrobe and costume design. I'm not sure where she got the degree from, but yeah. So, but I assisted her. We assisted each other, and because I was also the director of the show, so we assisted each other, and then I advised her what I needed, and then she went and sourced for the materials and the colors and the styles, and also because our show had zombies as well, to get the zombie costumes and the makeup and all that, we needed to work and together and come up with.
How does one go ahead and design for zombies?
Oh, very easy. I like it because I like zombies, but yeah. Because you can get a lot of resources online, but you just want to make it as realistic as possible for the audience on stage. Because sometimes what you need on stage doesn't have to be what you see in real life, because it's make-believe. So you just do enough to give that what is this? The impression that it's real. But if you see up front, it might be too harsh. You know what I mean?
Yes. Theaters are all like
So
that.
So on stage, it's different from when you see up front.
Yeah.
So those kind of things, we have to find that balance lah.
For Kikin, what are the challenges behind creating costume for a musical theatre that with future element? You know, like we are not there yet. So what sort of challenges that you encounter?
I think okay. Can I speak Chinese?
Yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Because 因为我在之前的时候，就导演之前也是有提过，他想要走未来的感，然后又有加一些中国元素，然后这个东西是因为未来
为什么有中国元素？
因为他想要融入一点中国在里面，就是这个东西会让我有一点小小的挑战性，因为未来感的话，可能给大家会觉得有点冰冷的那种感觉，然后导演也想要融入一点中国元素，让整个环境也可以让 Malaysia Chinese 也可以知道，就可以有一点传承这样子的感觉下去在里面，这样子就可能传承在未来这种概念。然后那时就是未来感没有那种比较少这种参考性，然后让我们就那时就有让我有一点小小的挑战。
For me, though, I'm curious because you say that when we design for future, it become very cold and minimalistic. But for me, that is a very stereotype thinking of how the future will look. Yeah, perhaps future it might be very baroque. You know, so I wonder. It's a preconception. I think I wonder, I'm throwing up to you guys because you are costume designer. How will you design costume for future then? Then do we always look out for what conventional Hollywood showing us that it will be silver, it will be cold, like she said, minimalistic and all that? I would tend to go totally different. I would tend to rely on perhaps the material that's going to be used. For example, is a 3D printed materials and things like that. What is your thought on that?
Actually depends on concept. What concept we want, because sometimes we design based on script, and then we refer to director also.
Yes. In your work for Sakti, Merong, Mahawangsa, what were the must-have requirement for the costume? Because I love all the funny, interesting costume.
Before I design, we discuss with a director and then production designer. We discuss a palette of color, the whole story.
So that was a
express
must-have.
Yeah. And then we know what all the character based on palette of color. And then we choose for a giant what color, and then for a Chinese, and then when they come together in stage,
how they combine,
and then not clash.
Yes.
When they in stage.
Oh,
that
that's
is very
interesting.
important.
But there was a lot of different characters to carry.
Yes.
So you work on all of them.
Yes.
Wow.
And then time very limited.
Yes, very limited time. I heard that you guys only have 1 month or 2 months or something less than that.
Less than that.
Wow. Have any of you seen the production?
No, I didn't.
Wow, there was a lot of character to cover. Akem, how was Teater Muzikal Sudirmania influence your identity as a designer?
Well, firstly, I have to understand the storyline. And daripada situ kita dapat tahu macam mana cerita itu nak dipentaskan. So daripada situlah cara saya berkarya untuk kita merealisasikan satu karakter itu di atas pentas.
I also realized that it's also felt, the whole production felt like we audience watching a concert juga.
Yeah.
So because the story also, all these character are going to a concert.
Yes.
That's the
Sudirman
influence.
concert.
Yes.
In 80s. The setting is in 80s. Yeah.
So you have to go to see the references of
I have to do research.
Susahnya nak cari orang-orang yang pergi concert during 80s kan? Ada references.
Ada.
Tak susah. Ada
Me lah, all of us lah.
no, 80s saya tak ada di sini.
Oh,
Don't
no.
bocor my rahsia. Okay, that's good. That's good.
I did the research.
And what brings the most satisfaction in your work?
After I got to know that I'm nominated for this award.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the most satisfaction
Yeah.
that you got nominated. Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Saya merasa banggalah dapat menyiapkan dengan jangka masa yang pendek.
Yes.
And then dengan time constraint, saya bernasib baik kerana saya ada warehouse dan saya redesign balik apa yang saya ada. Kalau ikutkan masa memang tak ni dengan giant semua, memang masa yang terlalu suntuk dan juga dengan bajet lah. Budget constraint.
I was very impressed. Yeah, I was very impressed because she designed for, even though they say gegasi kan, tapi bukannya besar sangat gegasi tau, but they all looking like Ewok. Kan the movement, tapi the baju-baju tu was so interesting. It's almost like going to the future, but it's more fantasy lah. Yeah, that was
Because
great.
mythos, we combine with mythos and then setiap gegasi tu dia ada karakter. A
Sendiri.
different character. That's why dia ada a few character.
Did you have fun designing
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
because
good. That's what we need, right?
Yeah.
How about you guys? What bring the most satisfaction?
Seeing the audience enjoying what they are watching and believing what they are watching, that's important. Yeah. To make it believable for the audience, for that journey.
I believe that it's also need to see your players enjoying themselves
Oh,
playing
yeah.
as well, right?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
The actors worked very hard. They even did their own makeup. So they were trained to do their own makeup backstage.
This is because of budget. You're saying?
No, not really.
Okay.
Actors need to learn how to do their own makeup.
That's true. All dancers do that too.
Yes.
Actually, international also they do.
Yes, they do their own
Because I
makeup.
work in Germany, Lion King. They
They make
Yeah,
their own
they do
makeup.
their own makeup.
Yeah. What about you, Kikin?
我是会觉得自己就脑袋思想那些设计有做到出来，蛮顺利的做出来，我觉得也是有我最大的满足了。对，就在有经历了这些过程，就过程上也还蛮开心的。
In Lao Wang, which one is your most satisfaction work in terms of all the character?
Sorry，
最满足的
呀，就是很像，就是我会觉得我自己
Which one is there's few character? Which one is the most satisfaction?
Oh, very,
satisfactory for
very,
you?
very like the robot.
The
I think a robot, two
Yeah,
robot.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I very like that.
Yeah, they actually look well because it felt like even the skin itself, it felt like they were in plastic.
Yeah,
Yes.
因为他们想要有就做他们是一个佣人嘛，然后未来感的佣人，但是我们又不想去走到很人类的这种感觉，所以我们就在这边要拿捏那些人类跟机器人的这个平衡，我觉得是蛮一个小挑战这样子。
What she did was with the robot, they're supposed to be helper. They're not real. And then so there is a quality to the skin. I don't know how she did, or even the costume that she used. It felt a bit not. It's a bit like plastic. It felt,
Yeah.
but actually it's not. It's just like Nicole said earlier, is that it's from the far it felt like that with the lighting. When you go closer, it's not.
yeah. Because lighting also
Yeah.
Yes, very important.
very
Yeah,
important.
yeah.
Yes, how important it is for you guys to work with lighting designer as a costume designer.
Like the
So the director will be able to tell if it's working or not. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we go and tweak lah. Tweak.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
If it doesn't look good
Because,
under that certain light.
Material juga sangat penting dalam
Yes.
pemilihan
Yeah,
tu.
material.
Kita kena tahu warna yang macam mana dekat stage yang dia boleh mengganggu. Then that's why macam setiap karakter tu saya akan bagi dia siluet yang berbeza dan dengan tekstur yang berbeza. So bila kita ambil tekstur yang berbeza, dia akan nampak 3D dekat on stage. Lagipun bila kostum tu mesti lebih besar daripada biasa. Pasal kita lihat 200 meter kan. Jadi kita mesti bagi dia lebih besar lah daripada baju yang normal. Kita akan buat
So
besar.
you do work closely with the lighting designer then? in
Ya,
that way?
kita test biasanya
Okay.
lighting. Kalau warna tu tak naik, kita minta dia bantu kita supaya dia dapat membantu warna yang lebih menarik.
Who come first? The lighting designer or the costume?
We work
The costume will
together.
come first, then the lighting will design. But that's why you have like during slow tech or even during plotting, the actors will wear the costumes and then they will do the lights, so that the lighting designer knows what they look like on stage.
Do you ever have to change your costume or modify your costume because it just didn't work?
Yeah.
For colours, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I
lah.
die.
Yeah.
Bila sometimes memang dia orang tak complain, tapi I tak puas hati. Kita akan pergi dye untuk dapatkan dia lebih warna yang
Betul,
lebih.
warna.
It's the same with you, you were saying. Yeah.
Or buy
We
it.
try to
future.
avoid red and white.
Why red
Because
and
lighting right, will pancar balik to the
reflected.
reflect, yes.
Okay.
And then satin. Satin you
satin.
nampak putih.
Yeah.
Dia tak bagus.
And actually on setting with lighting kan make badan gemuk sangat juga kan, or flatten the whole thing, shape pun tak ada kan.
Yeah.
So dia nampak putih dan melekat. Satu kalau kena air dia melekat dekat badan.
When you have to concern about sweat,
Yeah.
if it's a musical, there are movement. Yeah. Okay.
Wigs as well.
Wigs as well.
Wigs, wigs.
And set as well, right?
Macam kita perlu, macam contohnya kostum untuk putri, saya memang buat putri untuk China tu kita buat layer by layer pasal dia banyak movement kan, so dia bila dia bergerak and then dia punya flowy, so kita boleh nampak on stage lah.
I nampak you use those what do they call them?
Itu macam chronally,
Yeah, chronally, yes,
tapi
yes.
pasal untuk sembunyikan.
That's
betul.
why I wonder, why do they use that? Why do they use that? Oh, interesting. Yeah. To hide one character
Nice.
inside. Yeah.
Smart, yes.
Thank you very much, everyone, for sharing your thoughts with us today. And once again, congratulations on your nominations. Thank you, everyone who joined us, and I'll see you next time.